Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest, greatest community, crypto community in all the interwebs. My name has been every day. I show you guys how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Yeah, guys, do you want to hear about a dream I had last night, TJ? I just remembered this dream that I had. I literally, at this moment, just remembered the craziest dream I had last night. This is totally legit, totally real. 100%.
Was I in it?
Huh?
Was I in it?
No. You weren't
Not one of those kind of dreams.
No. And this is going to be, look, this might make the XRP army kind of sad.
Uh-oh.
But it's just a dream. It's just a dream. I had a dream that I went to a conference last night in this dream. It was a Ripple conference. And Brad Garlinghouse was talking, and he was up on stage. And after it was over, he said, "BitBoy, come here." So I said, "Brad, what's up?" You know, I've never met him, but I call him Brad, obviously. And he said, "Man, this thing's getting settled here in 4 months." That's a dream. Brad Garlinghouse told me the Ripple case is getting settled in 4 months. Sounds more like a nightmare to me.
When was the dream set? Like today?
When was the Ripple conference?
I don't know.
When was the last Ripple conference? Swell 2021. When was it? It was a virtual conference this year. November 9th and 10th of 2021. Oh, maybe it gets settled during the conference. Maybe that's what it is. Ripple's coming up on November 9th and 10th. How about that? So we do believe that this is going to be we do believe this will be settled soon. I think it'll be settled before this conference. You guys know what I've said about it. I believe it will be. I've been told it's going to be settled soon. It should have been settled a week ago. It hasn't been settled yet. But I just thought it was, the craziest thing to me was I was dreaming about Brad Garlinghouse. If any of y'all, I want to know the craziest dream about Brad Garlinghouse that anybody else in the chat has had.
Well, that just shows how committed you are that you even dream in crypto.
I dream in XRP.
Yeah. And real quick,
I dream in if you show the shirt here, 589p. I dream in 5. Somebody made this shirt for me from our Nashville meetup. So,
yeah. And you know BJ's joke, right? That he always says.
I don't know any good
BJ
BJ jokes.
He said they just it's a great shirt. They just missed the or the decimal there, and that's really just your height, 5.89.
No, gosh. Who was it that sent me? Somebody on Instagram sent me a story. I think it was Instagram about a guy that they do height plastic surgery now.
No way.
Yeah, he went from 5'2" to 5'8".
So when's your appointment?
I don't know. 2:30. That's my dentist appointment. Yeah. So no, I will not be getting what do they call that, male enhancement? Well, no, you need to get female enhancement as well. If you're a female, you want to be taller.
A height adjustment.
A height adjustment. Yeah, a height adjustment. So, pretty interesting. Somebody's asking for an Axie Infinity update. Talk about Axie Infinity on Carl's channel. So check out the moon. He'll put out the video we recorded this morning. We do talk about that. So, all right.
Real quick, just want to give a shout out to all the people in the basement. They're great. Somebody was just telling me it hit its 1 month anniversary for the basement dwellers yesterday. So,
since we came up with the word basement, or they did?
I don't know if it's since we came up with the word basement. I feel like we've been streaming longer on Twitch than a month, but it could be just a month on Twitch. I'm not sure.
Somebody said that was the greatest dental joke of all time. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wow.
If you work here at the office, you usually hear it daily.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's do some markets.
Let's do it. Here we go. 1.28 million subscribers on the channel. Thank you, everybody. Look at this. Look at that thumbnail. I would click on that. Hey, I'd click that. I'd click that all day. We are at 573.9 thousand followers on Twitter. Thank you to everybody for that. Don't forget about Instagram as well. You guys can get access to BitBoy Crypto on Instagram. We got to almost be to 300K. Why is it taking so long?
I don't know. Ooh, server error.
5xx server error. That's just Instagram. Let me just try to go to Instagram.com.
And also Hit Network, if you guys want to follow our behind the scenes, and we did a lot of fun stuff this weekend.
Yeah, you can check that out on YouTube. Scroll down on our page. You see, there it is, Hit Network.
Yeah, and it should be in the link in the description of all the videos now, too.
I think Instagram is down right now.
What?
Yeah, Instagram's down right now, at least for us. But yeah, we got some pictures of Lamborghini. We made a real funny video on TikTok about packing the Lambo. It's really funny. We put a suitcase in the Lamborghini, a perfect spot in the front for a suitcase. Here we are in the markets. 2.09, about $2.1 trillion. Volume down a little bit, but we expect that on Monday mornings. They're saying Facebook is down. Wow, okay. $99.99 billion volume, 42.7 Bitcoin dominance and ETH dominance. They haven't really changed in about the last week. They've stayed about the same. We have for 47, no, that's not right. 48 and a half Paraguays, you too can send an ETH transaction. So let's check out, see what's going on with the markets here. We got Bitcoin coming at 47.5. I mean, it's a little bit frustrating because this weekend things were going really well. We went up over $49,000, 49.1 for Bitcoin, and then we had quite a retracement. We've gone all the way down to 47.5. But here's what I'll say on that. Two things. Number one is that, we're still way above where we were last week, which is good. But you have to keep in mind, on Friday, the price was, where was the price on Friday? About exactly where we're at right now. So if we would have launched this morning at $49,000, then what could have happened is we could have had a big retracement back to where we're at anyways, because we would have had a large CME gap created for the futures contracts that they close on Fridays and open on Sunday afternoons. So we could have had a big gap, and we would have had that gap. Everybody would have been talking about it. We would have probably had to come down and fill it at some point. Like 98% of them fill. So it's better off. We're just getting a fresh starting point. But number two, one thing you have to keep in mind is we tend to look at the words support and resistance as lines on a chart. But there's a lot more going on than just a line on a chart for Bitcoin at $48,000 or $49,000. So when you see the price go from 47 to $49,000, what that does is it triggers every sell order that is in between those numbers, right? So let's say we haven't been to 49 in what? When's the last time we were at 49?
That's a great question.
Weeks. This is the one-day chart here, 49. I mean, we haven't been above 49K since, I guess it was like the third week of September. So it's been a while since we've been back to 49K. So you've got weeks of sell orders that have been placed there, okay? So we busted through every single one of those sell orders. So even though we still have a line of resistance, a lot of the sell orders that trigger the sell-offs, they're gone now. So now if we can get some more positive momentum, there's a much more likely chance that we can break out. Somebody said 80% fill, not 98%. That is not correct. Way more than 80% fill. You can go, you can check that out. At one time it was 98%. It may have dropped a little bit because I think we got two CME gaps on the way up. One at 17,000, one at 24,000. Those did not fill yet. They will probably fill maybe in the bear market. Hopefully the $17,000 one doesn't, but it very easily could. But it's like 98%. So you can go check that out. Okay, so look at the biggest gainers of the day. We got Axie Infinity crushing it, Shiba crushing it.
Wow, Shiba.
Yeah, Shiba. Why is Shiba crushing?
I don't know.
Does anybody know why Shiba's going up? Bunch of whales making moves, probably is probably what it is. But Axie Infinity doing well. I talk about NFTs on Carl's channel this week, so you should check that out. So somebody said 87% fill. That could, because we have those open ones right now. You have to keep in mind, these CME gaps on Bitcoin have only been around for like 2.5 or 3 years. So we don't have like, so if there's a few that don't fill, it does have a pretty big impact on the percentage. So it may be around 90% right now, but it was last summer, it was 98%. They had almost all filled. There were two on the top side that had not filled, and that was pretty much it. And I think one on the very bottom side. All right.
All right. Ready for some Q&A?
Yeah.
Also, thanks to Jack for anonymous gift givers giving us the subs there on Twitch.
Nice.
Ooh. All right. Some Q&A here from Sneaky Pete. Are AMP and Algorand still on track for the Amazon rumor, or have things changed?
Well, they were always just a rumor.
Right.
They were always just a rumor. There was never any actual confirmation. Now, the guy who I talked to, not one of my regular guys, but the guy I talked to about it said he specifically had an inside source that worked at Amazon. So now we're talking about, I got a guy who's got an inside source. It's not direct information. So you have to take that into consideration. But what I would tell you is that, you know, I do trust the person that gave me the information, but it is like third hand by the time it got to me. But these were always rumors. This was never confirmed from the inside, from Amazon. They will be working on those two coins. I do still pretty much believe that, you know, at least one of those coins will be used. We are using, you know, we are treating AMP like it is going to, and Algorand like they will eventually be used by Amazon. We're accumulating both of them. We have a lot of both. And yeah, we will, we're doing that. So I think so, but they were always just rumors. You got to move the timer down.
Tehran crypto in the basement. Which cheap coin will pop first? VET, AMP, or Doge? Cheap, he just means low coin price.
Yeah, low coin price. Jan Koss says that's an ugly Lambo model.
Well, thanks, Jan.
Thanks.
What does yours look like?
Yours, I weigh better. I don't care how you weigh. Use a digital scale, an analog scale, a butcher shop scale. I don't care how you weigh. But yeah, I would say that, man, out of those three, I mean, I got to go with AMP or VeChain. I believe VeChain is going to have a big breakout. I'm going to go with VeChain on that question, but I just as easily could go AMP. I think the biggest pump for Doge has already happened in this market. I believe if Bitcoin does go to 100K, Doge still does have a chance to get to $1, but that will pretty much be the top, and it may not even reach that. So I would say VeChain definitely.
All right. Sharp Claw UK. How do you get over the FOMO feeling when you don't have a lot of money to invest? Or I guess even when you do. I mean, either way.
No, I understand what you're saying when you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I was in this spot before, right? I was in that spot. We weren't always able to afford nice things here. I struggled just like everybody else does for a long time. And the fact is that it's very painful when you're watching on Twitter, all these people making money, and when the price goes down, they all say buy the dip, and you're like, with what? You know, like, how many times can you, this is a thought I had in 2017. How many times can you buy a dip? Like, you buy it several times and you're out of money, you know, kind of deal. So I definitely relate to that sentiment a lot. I know what that feels like. But here's what I'll tell you. You have to take off the short-term goggles and you got to put on the long-term goggles. What? Those are the long-term goggles right there.
Those are impressive. Actually,
those are more short-term because I can't hold it on my face very long. But the point is that you have to look long-term. Your biggest chance to make money is in the bear market. For the rest of this bull run, there will be money made. People will be making a lot of money in a short period of time. But if you don't time it right, you could very easily lose those gains. People who have been watching this channel and buying crypto since the bear market, there is no L for them. It doesn't matter if it goes to 50 or 100K. They've already made so much money, it's insane. If you got in January, you're doing pretty good. If you got it in April or May, you're not doing as great right now, okay? But there's a reason why the earlier you get in the cycle, the more upside there is. So I would say, like, to get over the FOMO, you've got to stop looking short-term. You're not going to buy a Lambo in this cycle if you just got in crypto. In the next one, if you make it all the way through the bear market into the bull market, you can get that kind of money.
There you go. How do you pun any vamper?
Pun any vamper.
XRP at 589
Where's
by Halloween.
Poon any vamper? I don't know. Maybe it's like Big Boon. I don't know. Go ahead.
Do you think XRP can get to $5.89 by Halloween?
Yeah, I mean, look, guys, when this case is over, and I certainly think it'll be over this month. So, I mean, sure it can, but you got to remember when we were talking about a $4 prediction for XRP for the last month, it was based on the case being over, and the case isn't over yet. So hopefully we'll see that settlement soon. And if that settlement occurs, absolutely. If the settlement does not occur in October, absolutely not. I mean, I don't think it has a chance to get to $5.89 by Halloween. But if the case is over by the middle of the month, like we've, you know, kind of hope that there will be, then yeah, it certainly has the potential to do
that. This is kind of off topic, non-crypto question. What's your favorite place to eat in Atlanta?
Favorite place to eat in Atlanta? What do you think? You got one?
Nope.
You don't?
No. I'm not good with favorites.
Yeah. Well, you know, my favorite place used to be Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles. That was a great local place. You know, everybody loved it. but they were laundering money, I believe. I
Oh,
believe her son was laundering money.
think they're into Bitcoin.
Maybe. And it's not there anymore, unfortunately. So we got a lot of like decent places at Atlantic Station. Oh, I'll tell you, the steakhouse I ate at the Battery outside the Braves Stadium, I think it's called C. Elliott's. C. Elliott's. I don't think it's Elliott's. I think it's just Elliott, like Ellotts. That place was phenomenal. That place was so good. And we ate at the restaurant we ate at in Seneca, South Carolina
Yeah,
on our trip.
was
Do you remember the
shockingly
name of
good.
it?
Something. No, it was something bistro. I can't remember what it was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Can't remember what it's called either.
Give me a second. I'll
Yeah,
find it.
but it was so good. Oh my gosh, we had these scallops, and man, it was fancy. We were the only people in there wearing hats and t-shirts. But and then next question.
Do you think the bulls are waiting on the lawsuit to settle for XRP, and then afterwards everything will moon? Question mark.
I've thought that. I have considered that is a potential situation. That may be why our dates have been pushed out, because they're waiting on the. You got to understand how much overlap there is between Ripple investors, Ripple backers, centralized banks, the financial cartel. You have to understand how much overlap there is with that, and then the overall institutional money in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptos. So to me, it makes total sense that they would want to wait, because that could trigger the rally. That's what we saw in 2017. 2017, Ripple led the entire altcoin rally. Okay, you got to keep that in mind. There were a few coins, IOTA, so some ICOs that maybe outpumped it, but Ripple was the clear leader of the altcoin cycle in 2017. So we could see that again.
So that restaurant was Van Geely's Bistro.
Van Geely's Bistro, Seneca, South Carolina. It was so good.
It was good. Scallops and halibut. Yeah, you had what'd you have?
I had New York Strip.
New York Strip. That's right. All right, and last question from Super Cool Chuck. Can you guys talk about the BitLab Academy again? What's included, etc.? So if you guys want to check that out, go to bitlabacademy.com. It is tracks kind of from beginner to advanced all the way through. Whether starts with like what is Bitcoin, what is money, what is mining, explains all that for people that are totally starting from scratch, all the way up to how to do a MetaMask swap. We're adding we have an NFT course right now. We're creating the videos for like how to mint on Wax, how to mint on Rarible, how to mint on OpenSea, and all the top NFT platforms. So we're in the process of adding that right now, and it's a subscription-based crypto education website where we're going to be continually adding more over time. It also gets you access to our Discord that's full of traders and people that are in there every single day. Elo Brown wants to know how to mint a baby. We haven't done a course on that yet, but
how to mint baby TJ.
How to mint baby TJ. Yeah. So if you check it out, there's tons of good content in there. You'll be able to basically go from a total noob to an expert when basically learn how to make money with crypto, whether it's through NFTs or trading or just long-term investing. So we've got more and more content coming. We're adding a long-term macro TA course with somebody a lot of you guys will know, so that'll be coming soon. So lots of great stuff in there right now, and lots of really good stuff to be added in the near future. It only grows, as well.
Price never changes.
Exactly. So that's what's going on with the BitLab. If you guys want to check it out, bitlabacademy.com.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Can you delete that guy over there? Lando Crypto. Get that guy out of there. He's just causing problems. Other side on Twitch. Yeah. He's causing a lot of problems.
I was talking to him earlier too.
Yeah, he's like being a real douche. So get out of here. You're not allowed to come in here and be a douche. Sorry.
All right, charts.
Yep, charts. Let's move on. Let me get this going here. Make sure that this is nope, that is not it. Make sure this is connected. Connect. Start broadcast. We brought back. What do you call this?
An iPad.
Well, it's an iPad, but like, don't you? What do they call it on like Madden or like NFL broadcasts? What do they call it? You know where they draw on it?
Yeah, the break. I mean, it's a.
No, there's a specific word. These guys will. Somebody will come up with it. It's not a teleprompter. That's what you read on. something like that. But anyways, guys, looking here, can you get this up on the screen here?
Yes. Boom.
Boom, there it is. Okay, looking here at Bitcoin, you guys know this is on the daily chart. Is this the daily chart? I feel like it didn't change here. 3 month, let's go back here. 3 minute, 1 week, 1 day. There we go. There it is. Okay, stretch this out. Okay, guys, so, we've been looking for signs of a telestrator?
Yeah.
Telestrator. There we go. It's called a telestrator. That's what we're looking for. So what we're looking at is signs of bullishness here. Now, we know we have this green dot here on the bottom. Let me pull this up here. TJ says that he doesn't think I'll ever like to use this, but I do. Look at that. Green dot down there. Can they see that?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Now, here's something that just popped up. This just popped up, I think, while we've been on the stream, actually. A bullish green dot at the top. This is very significant. When we look back on the daily chart, let's see the last time we can see one of the. Look at this. Wow. The last time we got one of those, right there. That was right as the run was beginning. And if you look here at this area right here, you can make an argument very similar to this area right here. That was a little more upwards without any stalling out. But of course, this stalled out. This stalled out over a weekend, which, plays a factor into it. But that's the last time we got one of those green dots, and it moved really big. If we come and look, oops, sorry. Oh, I lost it. Where's it at? Here. Okay. So there we go. So let's look and see the last time we got one. Now, we did get one up here also as a sign at the top of the market. But I would argue that this was negated by this whole entire move was manipulation. This entire move was manipulation. So I look at it a little bit differently. So let's go here and let me get off this. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. I've got fat fingers. So we go back here and look. We got one last year about the same time frame. We got one right here. So, and look what led up there. So basically, out of the last 4 that we've gotten, dang it.
That's
so annoying.
I
love it, TJ. I love it. I love it.
You're having a blast, right?
So out of the last 3, 2 of them led to massive pumps. One was a sign of the top of the market. And now we've got another one right here. Okay. So I think this is really bullish. I think that we are looking very favorable here. Now, also, if you look down here at Market Cipher B, if you look here and you see the money flow is in green. We're getting this momentum wave starting to move upwards. And with each one of these big moves we've had a consistent momentum wave to the upside. So I definitely think that we could see this. Christopher Monroe says Moon Boy is going to get wrecked. There are a lot of people that are feeling pretty bullish right now.
Do you have that 3 o'clock with Carl coming out?
Yeah, you guys watch that video. It's going to be Carl is quite bearish right now. Well, thank you, Matt Wallace. He says iPad game improving.
Elo Brown said he doesn't think it's helping your drawings.
It is helping the drawings. It's just figuring out when it switches to drawing and when it's not drawing that's causing problems here. So we'll get this. But I do know how to draw lines on here too now, almost. So you watch. You want me to draw a line?
Yeah.
There's a line. There's a line right here. Okay. I want to draw a line from here. You just center it. You click on it.
They're saying you should get a coloring book to practice.
I hate y'all. You know, the first time that I went to the principal's office in my life, it was in kindergarten, was over drawing, just so y'all know. My teacher thought I was being a smart aleck. She said, you can't possibly draw that bad. So, I was supposed to be outlining, and she thought I was circling on purpose.
Well, they say connect the dots.
Stupid.
They say try some connect the dots for practice. Well, before we move on to stories, this is how...
13,327 viewers, 2,400 likes. We can get to 7,000 again today.
Let's go.
Did we make it to 7,000 before we got off last time?
We did.
How about that? We can do 7. 1,000 again. It'll get better. Just keep in mind, guys. I think it's great. I like it. But TJ Henderson says Cardano is best. Who's TJ Henderson?
I don't know.
It's like a combination of you and Jim.
Wow, that's a scary thought.
That's like if you and Jim were to get married. You would take his name, of course.
No, I don't think that's how that would work.
He would take your name?
I don't think we'd
Maybe
get
Jim
married.
Shed?
Jim Shed.
I mean, I like the name Jim Shed. Maybe I can talk him into that. If
Sounds
y'all
like a
go
good
that
guy.
way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brenda says I'm marrying her.
Well, they're both single, you and Jim, so could make it happen.
Maybe it's meant to be.
Maybe it is.
All
right. Let's move on. Listen to this. Futures-based Bitcoin ETF has 75% chance of approval in October. They say Bigfoot lived with TJ Henderson. Like Harry and the Hendersons. The dad's name was TJ. That's pretty funny if that's true. I remember that show.
Wow.
Do you remember that show?
No.
What is that? I glued my classmates' paper to their desk while on a potty break in kindergarten. That's pretty funny. 75% chance ETF gets approved in October. That would be wild. As the SEC kicks the can on traditional ETFs, Bitcoin futures equivalent is gearing up for likely approval, says Bloomberg's Eric Balkunis. Counter trading Bloomberg is a pretty good strategy, so I don't know if this will happen. He says it has a 75% chance of being approved. I told you guys I don't think it's going to get approved. He said Harry and the Hendersons was a movie, not a show. You're right on that. Thank you for that, Radio Face Crypto. You're so helpful. Let's see. He said Bitcoin's ETFs were likely on schedule. I don't think we're going to see this. I think it would send the price too high, and I don't think that there are people that want to see it go well north of $100,000. Bitcoin futures ETFs very much alive. October began, excuse me, with SEC announcing a frustrating yet not uncommon delay to their decision on whether or not to approve Bitcoin ETFs. Now, I will tell you guys, just as this story is coming out, I would tell you that, the SEC just delayed 4 more applications until the end of the year. So keep that in mind. Got to take all this stuff with a grain of salt. It says they will now begin to be processed in November. Futures-based ETFs are more likely than not to pass muster in the coming weeks. Yes, the SEC has kicked the can on Bitcoin ETF approval, but that is for the physically backed ones under 33 Act, he told Twitter followers. Futures ETFs filed under the 40 Act, which Gins, that's his nickname, Gins, which Gins loves, are very much alive and likely on schedule. We think 75% chance approved in October. How about that? Subsequently, we started to see, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't know there was a difference. Is this the first you're hearing of that?
Difference between what?
The Bitcoin ETF applications, there's a difference between ones that are physically backed by Bitcoin and then ones that are cash settled.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense, but I didn't know there was. I'd never heard what's
nobody's
I
really.
I don't know.
Yeah, nobody's really drilled into that before.
We know that with regular futures contracts. We talked about that a lot on the channel before, but I didn't know with the ETFs, but it does make sense. So, when combined with other federal securities laws, 40 Act provides significant investor protections for mutual funds and ETFs. I look forward to staff's review of such findings. Canada's Purpose Bitcoin ETF got approved.
Yeah, if anything, I think that's probably one of the things that's helping move this forward is Canada being so progressive and approving a lot of these things.
Yeah.
And then we're starting to see it in other countries as well. And I think the politicians are starting to feel pressured that if we don't take action on this, we're going to start to get left behind.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they really think that, but I think the fact that he came out and stated they have no plans to ban Bitcoin, they're just trying to be, I think, very favorable towards crypto because they can see where it's headed.
Somebody says this shirt is weak Air Force. Weird.
Weak Air Force.
Weak Air Force. I don't understand. Or maybe it's weak Abercrombie and Fitch. I don't know.
It's definitely not Abercrombie.
I would say I would put a 10% chance on one getting approved in October. That would be my number.
What about this year?
25% chance by the end of the year. I think we're going to see it next year, to be honest with you.
Early or middle?
Middle. I think middle to end of next year. I would actually say end of next year because that would align with the bottom of a bear market. But we also kind of see the regulars start looking at crypto a little bit different in the bear market. Like, oh, no, it is too volatile. Maybe we don't want to prove anything, So, okay. Somebody says Robert Kiyosaki talking about a huge sell-off is a scaremongering. Please advise. I do believe we will see a huge sell-off in everything sometime in the next year. I think maybe by December, maybe January, February, March next year. So I kind of agree with a lot of stuff that he's talking about. I did just want to touch on this very quickly, and we'll move on. Just keep it running. We need to keep it running throughout because I gotta run it like 15 till. Bitcoin difficulty. Well, actually, let me get here. Snowden says China's ban has made Bitcoin stronger, and I agree with that.
Isn't this the end?
Is it? No, he moved that.
Oh.
Here, I'll cover it at the end. But here's what I wanted to touch on, actually. I was going to lead that into this. The Bitcoin difficulty ready to print very rare signal. Here's what this means. Basically, the hash rate, the hash ribbon, is a very important indicator to show where the price is going. It aligns with golden crosses or death crosses, displays the optimism or pessimism of miners. It looks like we are seeing a very similar pattern to what we saw in the capitulation of 2018, which led to a massive run-up. Now, it was down all the way at $3,000. The price was, and it led to a massive run-up in hash rate. Took a while for the price to go up, but could we be seeing something similar? But think about this. The hash rate, even with all the China FUD, has almost completely recovered. No mining in Bitcoin. The hash rate has almost completely recovered. Why? Which, by the way, we told you this before there was a single news story on here, okay? Almost all the China miners moved to Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. And let me tell you a new country that they're starting to move to, Uzbekistan. That's a new one. So watch for those three. Kazakhstan, by the way, is now the number 3 hash rate country in the world.
Wow.
Hey. It's amazing that we tell you this stuff and it comes true and it happens. And then people are like, oh, wow, didn't see that one coming. Kazakhstan, number 3 in hash rate right now. So, and it will continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Why? All the China hash rates moving to Kazakhstan. That's what's happening. And China and Kazakhstan are working together for this. This is not like Kazakhstan is actually, this mining behemoth. This is a funnel for China.
And now there's a new movie coming out, Borat into crypto.
Is it really?
No.
Oh, I was so excited for a minute.
Borat, the crypto miner.
Those Borat movies are something, aren't they?
Yeah.
Is the future cross-chain for Ethereum, Solana, and other blockchains? Blockchain industry is innovating at a rapid pace, and at the moment, different chains are interacting with each other. With the expansion of DeFi, these assets are not only limited to Solana or Terra's ecosystem, but it has become essential that there are solutions that allow these assets to move from one branch to another. Across various Layer 1 chains, programmers started developing cross-chain bridges in order to break interoperability limitations and connect more users across, with the potential shift to Web3 in the future. Keeping that in mind, the cross bridges might already be making a difference. According to the recent Spencer Noon report, the increasing need for infrastructure to mediate from one blockchain to another may have led to the increased usage of cross-chain bridges amongst certain blockchains. Axie Infinity's Ronin bridge, an Ethereum-based sidechain. If you guys know, if you go play the Axie Infinity wallet or game, you have to get the Ronin plugin for your browser. It led in terms of transactions. In terms of unique addresses, the prices seem to have a minimal impact on daily traffic. While Ronin had the largest activity, 2 assets have flourished over the last week. Solana and Luna registered strong activity on cross bridges as well. Same relationship between news, interest, and traffic and interactive addresses is applied to Solana's Soleil bridge in the wake of a massive wave of public interest in Solana. This is where we start asking the question, are cross bridges sustainable and a one-stop solution? Absolutely not. That's the first answer. Not yet, not even close. But maybe one day. The major issue with any decentralized form of transactional approach remains the lack of security standards. Transaction fees are another major headache. Cross-chain bridges haven't completely solved this issue. So here is the question, and when we really think about this, this is the bigger question of all this. Future is cross-transferred. Are we going to see a future where all these chains are working together and everything's going back and forth, and it's not just, maybe we don't look at Web3 one day as individual Cardano or individual Ethereum. maybe they're all woven together. And anything that can't get in that interoperable world won't survive. What do you think about that?
I agree 100%. I think the future is all interoperability. If it's not interoperable, if it's isolated on an island, it will fail over time.
Somebody said Redskins, baby. I would say this. You can go ahead and move the time on. But just briefly to touch on the football game yesterday, it's amazing to me how stupid our coach is.
Yeah, the Falcons are trash.
I think the coaches are too close to it. Like every single person that was in that stadium and watching at home that's a Falcons fan, you knew when we punted them the ball up by 2 points that we were going to lose.
Right.
You knew we were going to lose by 1 point.
Uh-huh.
But of course, then they actually scored a touchdown, so we lost by a few more. But the touchdown was actually a better chance for us because we actually got the ball back with 35 seconds. Every person knew what was coming, but the coaching staff. They played to punt with a hurt punter.
They mismanaged the end of that game at almost every opportunity.
Arthur Blank is the problem with the Falcons. I will say it over and over again. That's why eventually we're going to buy this team.
Yep.
Because Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons, he hires the wrong coach. He hires them consistently, and he keeps them for too long. And, you look at other teams in the NFL, and you're like, look how many good players they have. You look at the Falcons, offense has some good players. There's not 3 people on the Falcons defense that anybody that watches the NFL can name. There's not. So it's really sad. Somebody said not American football again. I can already tell you're not the kind of person we want viewing the channel. Get out of here. American football is the only kind of football there is. Anyone that qualifies it and says American football, let me tell you, got a big problem with you. Sorry, that's probably a little too harsh. I'm just
a little bit.
Just a little too harsh.
That was a joke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he's into soccer, then that's the kind of thing they like. The hooligans. I was being a hooligan. Is that what they call them?
I don't know.
Cardano undervalued relative to Ethereum. Grayscale report. Grayscale has suggested Cardano may be underpriced relative to Bitcoin and Ethereum based on its strengthening fundamentals. A new Grayscale research report argues that Cardano may be undervalued relative to Ethereum. Report points out Cardano's on-chain metrics have grown in strength over the last 12 months. Put that back up after
I would.
we move to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Third largest crypto on the market has seen significant uptick in both usage and user adoption. Oh, I thought nobody used Cardano. Cardano sees growth and adoption. Wow, amazing. Grayscale has suggested Cardano may be undervalued compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum. The research report published Sunday highlights how the third-ranked crypto fundamental have improved across the board over last year. Cardano recently launched smart contract functionality. We already know about all that. Let's see. Furthermore, Grayscale notes Cardano may also be undervalued relative to Ethereum on a market value per activity user basis. Cardano currently has roughly 2.8 million active monthly users, while Ethereum has closer to 7 million. Wow, it's not that far off, really. Ethereum's value per user is 55,000, while Cardano's is 30,000. This may imply that Cardano is lower valued relative to its largest comparable crypto network, Ethereum, based on that popular metric or particular metric. Let's see. Grayscale also noted the market may find other metrics important. The network still has a long way to go to offer a competitive DeFi ecosystem that rivals those of its competitors. So yeah, it definitely has a lot more room to go. And where's my Cardano people? I want to know. You can only pick one. You can't say ADA Gang and XRP Army. I want to know, are you ADA Gang or are you XRP Army?
Smash the like.
Smash the like. Also, we got 14,000 viewers. We got 3,400 people. We got plenty of people here. We just don't have enough likes. Need at least 50%. Get that up to 7,000 likes. You do us a favor, hit the like button. If you're watching on a mobile X out of the mobile chat, hit like, come back to the mobile chat. If you're watching on smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, more actions, more options. Hit react and then hit like. Okay.
Well, there's the ADA Gang showing up. Boom.
ADA Gang. Where's that XRP Army? You know I am your supreme leader and master commander.
They're in there.
Yeah, there they are. SEC pushes back against Ripple's flawed search of evidence on XRP. According to, we don't have a ton of XRP news coming out right now about the settlement. We do have this one. The recordings are the best unadulterated evidence of Ripple and the individual defendants' contemporaneous views. What a great word. Treatment and marketing of XRP during the relevant time period. So very interesting here because I've been telling you guys, what have I told you the SEC is going to end up going after and the settlement is going to be based around? The marketing practices of XRP or of Ripple. And here it is. the contemporaneous views, treatment, and marketing of XRP during the relevant time period. The SEC has requested a conference in order compelling Ripple to search and produce video and audio tape recordings of the firm's meetings that include Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. Plaintiff accused Ripple of having a flawed search methodology that it excluded highly probative evidence from its belated production of responsive recordings until the SEC raised these issues with Ripple. Let me tell you what this thing is all about. This is all about the fact that they got everything they needed. You keep that time running. They got everything they needed from Ripple, but they weren't able to find anything. And now they're saying, whoa, they cherry picked this. We need to see the good stuff. Where's the good stuff that where you guys say like, hey, we know we're running a security sale right now? It doesn't exist. That's the issue. So, and also, guys, Bitcoin is back above $48,000. So good news on that as we shift talking about Raoul Pal being bullish. Talk about Bitcoin being bullish. Here we go. 48.1. Boom. This is the ascent of Bitcoin. Here it comes. 48.3. I spoke it into existence. Ethereum at 33.61. XRP up a penny at $1.04. Solana at $170. All right, move on here. Raoul Pal, extremely bullish on crypto in next few months. See two charts. Raoul Pal falls into the category where he believes he's on the channel, where he believes that we're going to see Bitcoin continue going up next year. I do not believe that, but I still am bullish. Somebody said we're frozen. I haven't seen anybody else say that.
No, we're good. I'm watching it. It is buffering a little bit on YouTube, but it fixes really fast.
Okay. Prominent economist and investor, CEO of Real Vision media platform, Raoul Pal, explains why crypto market looks coiled to him. Mr. Powell has shared charts to display the phase of crypto market dynamics and explains why it looks amazing for bulls. Mr. Powell shared the chart of net crypto market capitalization displayed on a logarithmic scale. You can see the overall logarithmic scale since the beginning of last year, January of 2020. And now you can see we are testing the bottom and we are ready for a bounce up. This is total market cap. It is likely ready to move from 2 standard deviation oversold versus trend to overbought. That looks to me that the entire space can 3x into year end and 6 into next year. He says he thinks the cycle extends. So he's one of those long cycle people. According to this chart, crypto market cap touched the lower limit of the ascending channel and found support. Thus, a bullish trend is confirmed. Let's see. He also adds he noticed a cup and handle technical analysis pattern on the chart that displays the aggregated capitalization of all cryptos, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. The chart turned bullish after crossing the $900 billion level. Mr. Powell says, thus all cryptos look coiled to him. Even small caps are no exception. So how about that? Raoul Pal saying things are about to go bullish. And I want to know from you guys, what do you guys think? Do you guys believe that we are going to see, do you believe in what we talk about on this channel, that by the end of the year we'll see the top? Or do you believe that, we're going to see all-time high in 2022, which I've always thought was kind of crazy. And I still believe it's kind of crazy. I think we won't see it, but I want to know what you guys think. TokenMetrics said crash in Rectober. Yeah, I know. I saw TokenMetrics. I was very surprised how bearish they were right now. They were calling October Rectober, saying that we're going to have a big drop down, but then it's going to go parabolic maybe at the end of the month and it's going to crash on December 9th. That, I don't understand how you can have both. How can it be wrecked and then you have a parabolic run up at the end of the month? I don't think this is going to continue through all 2022. Some people obviously saying the expanded or lengthened cycle. Some people saying a super cycle. I will say, remember, here's what you guys have to remember when you're new to crypto. And by new, I mean you have not been in here one entire cycle. At the end of the last cycle, people were always saying the same thing. Super cycle, it's going to continue. TJ, you were telling me about how you taught people to buy an Ethereum at $1,400.
Yep.
Yeah, because you're excited.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it was something we talked about at the meetup. When you're at the top of a market and you do go into a bear market, it's like when you are first getting really excited about all these technologies and see what's possible with them and you see where they're going, like it's clear to you that the price is going to go up because
Absolutely.
this stuff's going to get used, this technology is going to get implemented. And I think something you said there was really key. Like, just because you go into a bear market and the price starts going down doesn't mean all of those things you think and feel and believe aren't true. They are true. This is the future. It is going to get implemented. The prices are going to go parabolic. But then there's also market cycles and different things that play into the factor of the price. So yeah, I was, at 1100, 12, I was buying Ethereum all the way from 200 to 1100 to 1400, and I was still buying it at 1400 because I said it's definitely going to 5000, and it is, but it wasn't going to continue just on a clear path up. It has to go up and down. So
yeah, exactly. So, and I see some people saying that the 4-year cycle, the Bitcoin cycles will no longer be predictable, yada, yada, yada. I don't believe in all that. I think they will until Bitcoin gets to a stabilization price of somewhere around $1 million, where it takes a lot to move the market, because the 4-year cycles are not based on just happenstance. They're based on the Bitcoin halving and the supply shock that occurs after that. We will continue to see that. We'll continue to see that for many more cycles. And so I think it will tend to be, still at least fairly predictable. So a lot of good comments on this. I saw this one by Radio Face Crypto over there. That's pretty funny. I can't really say out loud, but it was very funny. I really got a good rise out of that. Okay, people are saying Facebook's having major issues right now, so very interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, moving on. 160 million at risk due to bug in DeFi lending protocol Compound. Wow. So we made a video about this first exploit of $80 million from Compound the other day, and we talked about how Robert Leshner, who is the CEO or founder of Compound, where he said that, he made a tweet where he said, here's an address, send us the money back if you got the exploited tokens, or we'll report you to the IRS. He said, most of you are doxxed. And we got a lot of pushback on that video. People saying, no, he said he was joking. He did not say he was joking. He followed that up and he said, this was probably a boneheaded approach. I'm sorry. Because he realized how idiotic what he said was.
He was CYA.
Yeah, he was CYA-ing right there. And we've already announced we won't be holding Compound. We're done with Compound. We do not want to support Robert, what he does. We don't want to support that. We're big in Aave. We love Aave. That's where we have most of our kind of like DeFi project holdings, I guess you would say. It's one of our top, or was one of our top projects. I think it still is. But this is unacceptable. If you're using a decentralized finance platform and they're saying they're going to dox you, that defeats the point of decentralized finance completely. And the fact he kind of almost doubled down on what he said, and said like, we just want the money back. It was a bad approach. He basically was not really saying what he said was wrong. He's just saying it was boneheaded to say that out loud. I think he did believe what he said. So that was definitely not a joke. So,
well, and we had a lot of comments saying that it was great timing for the video because they were trying to decide between Aave and Compound. And now this is a pretty big endorsement, I would say, for Aave. Pretty big misstep by Compound.
Absolutely.
Here we are again with another exploit.
Another bug. $160 million at risk due to bug in DeFi lending protocol Compound. The exploit is the second in just a few days. Now, they invited this too. I mean, they invited this. They invited more scrutiny. They invited more, people trying to come hack it. Like if they would have handled that right, maybe people, wouldn't be going and looking for more exploits. But they're looking hard right now because a lot of people are unhappy about this. A week ago, Compound founder Robert Leshner called a bug in his lending protocol smart contract a moral dilemma. Perhaps for some, but for others today, the smart contracts became a vending machine full of free cash. Today, someone exploited a bug in Compound's controller contract, which is part of the protocol that distributes yield farming rewards to users, by calling Compound's drip function. They transferred $68 million, or 202.5 thousand comp, from their reservoir to its comptroller. Since Baintag, a core developer at Yearn Finance, tweeted about the exploit earlier this afternoon, 4 major transactions have drained the comptroller pool of 65,000 comp, or 21.4 million. One withdrew $12.3 million. God, it's so crazy how this coding can just have these gigantic holes in it. Like, how does someone not find this?
Well, and it's also interesting that it's somebody from a competitive project that pointed it out.
Yeah, exactly. He said it was a best kept secret. Like, people knew about this. So, Biden just announced, I've seen a couple comments about this. Biden just announced people's retirement values will sink. What is that about?
I don't know.
Interesting. What is this? Anyone who returns comp to the community is an alien gigachad. And if a squad of alien gigachads ever summon me, I will appear. What is this guy on?
This is like he tried to take the opposite approach of what he
Yeah.
said the first time. Like, oh, that was way too like mainstream corporate. Now I'm gonna go pure community and try to appeal to the crypto community.
This is a cross between Elizabeth Warren holding a beer in her hand and Demi Lovato talking about getting abducted by aliens.
Oh boy.
So, God, don't Demi Lovato. Been saying some weird stuff lately. But yeah, I think the Elizabeth Warren beer reference is pretty funny. He's always like, you can be a cool alien in my Chad squad. Check out this beer. It's so good. Never took a sip of it on air. Maybe she did. I don't know. No, I do not say alien. I don't know why it says that. I say it like you're supposed to say. It's alien, A-L-I-E-N, alien. Don't understand why we're still going round for round about that. U.S. lawmakers urge Fed Chair Jerome Powell to support crypto innovation. Several U.S. lawmakers have called on Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, who we know is, 5'10", I think, or maybe 5'11", to support crypto innovation. The Federal Reserve must work to support domestic innovation, or our government should never be in the business of thwarting innovation. Several U.S. Congress members have sent a letter to Jerome Powell asking him several questions regarding the Fed's effort on crypto regulation. Bipartisan letter is signed by, and having it signed bipartisan is a big move here. We got Tom Emmer, Darren Soto, Frank Lucas, Ted Budd, Ro Khanna, Glenn G.T. Thompson, and Eric Swalwell. Eric Swalwell is something. I can't believe he actually signed this thing. Wasn't he the one? He's the one that was infiltrated by a Chinese spy. He was having an affair. I think it's Eric Swalwell. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check this before I go throwing this man under the bus. Was it him? Yeah, it was. It was. Check this story out. No wonder he's for crypto. He's in the pocket of China. Exclusive suspected Chinese spy targeted California politicians. And there he is, Eric Swalwell. So my purpose was not to throw these politicians under the bus that are saying, let's get more crypto innovation. But man, that one just came out pretty easy. Empowering individual Americans to become everyday investors should be our highest priority. Decentralized digital assets provide that opportunity. The Federal Reserve must work to support domestic innovation. Our government should never be in the business of thwarting innovation. Somebody said there's a new Ripple holder lawsuit versus class action lawsuit against the SEC. Is that real? Could be. Let's see. Congressman explained that the letter highlights concern with Powell's statement that the biggest supporting argument for a Fed-issued digital currency that could eliminate the need for private sector innovation. Let's see. Letter points out cryptos are subject to overlapping regulation from multiple regulators. We know they can't decide who's in charge of it. Noting that crypto adoption has been hobbled by a lack of regulatory clarity. Powell has asked what steps Fed is taking to coordinate with other federal regulators on the development. So pretty interesting stuff. They want answers by October 15th, 2021. So stocks down, Bitcoin pumping. That's good. XRP should sue the SEC. I think that is going. All right, guys, listen. We're only at 5.1 thousand likes right now. We got plenty of people in here. I want to say it again. We're probably going to be short today. And I don't know if you guys know, I want to be long. I don't want to be short.
You don't want to be short every day?
No, I want to be long every day.
Okay.
I want to be long on likes, long on life, long on laughter.
Boom. I like that.
So guys, if you could make sure, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's try to get to that 7,000. It's going to be very close because we only got a story and a minute left. So hopefully we can get that there. Swalwell looks like some nickname invented by Stifler.
It does.
We actually have a Megan Gomes says GOP refusing to raise debt ceiling. Can this hurt our bull run? We have a video on the debt ceiling coming out this week, but I'll say this: the debt ceiling is not a problem at all. Debt ceiling is not an issue at all. There are ways they can solve it through the budget. They don't even need GOP support, or it doesn't have to pass as a bill to be able to get it fixed. So, old Felon Yellen wants to remove the debt ceiling completely, and I don't understand why they just don't remove it. Because I mean they're just going to continue to raise it every time. Right. So why not just remove it? You do whatever you want anyways. Yeah. Doesn't seem the world is not going to let us default.
Well, they need something to make theater around. Just a big political
That's what
debate.
It's all about. It's all politics.
Yeah. It's a joke.
All politics. Fed plans to launch the U.S. CBDC review this week, weighing pros and cons. Now, if you remember, they've already said that the Fed is not going to take a position on this. I said my pencil's falling. Fixed it.
Definitely want a long pencil.
Yeah, you got to have a long pencil to be able to touch the whole thing here.
To what?
To touch the whole thing here. You don't want to leave a spot untouched. So the fact is, they've already said they're not taking a position. So we don't know exactly what they're going to be, saying here, other than the pros and cons. They're not making a decision. They're not pointing us towards anywhere. So definitely something very interesting to watch this week, as that report will be out. Some people have argued against it. Some have argued for it. But anyways, Axie Infinity co-founder says blockchain game plans to launch a decentralized exchange. So this is big news for Axie Infinity. Sky Mavis, the team that created the Ethereum-powered non-fungible token game Axie Infinity, revealed the project plans to launch a decentralized exchange. Moreover, Axie Infinity recently captured over $2 billion in NFT sales, making it the second largest project in terms of NFT sales, just below the marketplace OpenSea. Axie Infinity plans to launch a DEX. Their economy has swelled exponentially during the last few months, as the Ethereum-powered game has seen $2.27 billion in all-time sales among 687,000 traders. While the project offers an in-game experience with NFTs, Axie Infinity also has two native token assets. Small Love Potion is one of those. Yeah, here it is. Or Smooth Love Potion. The token asset, Axie Infinity, has increased 55.4% in value during the last month. Meanwhile, year to date, Axie Infinity's other native token, Smooth Love Potion, is up 98.7% against the dollar. And I wanted to look at this because this was a project that, let's see, Smooth Love Potion. I sent $3,000 in SLP to the contract address on accident last year, and it's gone. I can never get it back. I want to know how much that's worth today. So that would have been over. That's year to date. I want to check out the all. So that probably would have been over the summer of last year, like maybe right here where it was probably peaking. Let's say it was, God, I think it was 3 cents. Let's just do the math, because let's just say it was 3 cents. So that would mean that I had 10,000 of them. Would 10,000 times 3 cents be, if it was 3 cents, how much would it be for me to have $3,000 worth? 100,000? I think that's 100,000 coins. I think that's right. 100,000. So if I had 100,000 and the price now is 10 cents. So well, it's easy to figure out because it's about 3 times as high. So anyways, the point here is that I would probably have like about $10,000 that's missing right now. So that's real easy to figure out. So $10,000 now, that could turn into 6 figures down the road if this thing goes back up. At the all-time high, it was 36 cents. So that would be 12 times 3. That would have been like almost $40,000. So how about that? So almost $40,000 I lost at the peak. So that was a very sad story. I couldn't believe, we talked to the Axie Infinity people. We were like, can't you send the money back? Like, I'm BitBoy, can't you do it for me? It's like, no, so basically what it boils down to is a very important lesson for you guys. If you send money to a smart contract, a contract address for a token on accident, which is very easy to do. If the smart contract is not set up where it can send back out, it's a bottomless pit. It's like a burn address. If you send it there, it'll be gone forever. So it was definitely very sad that I lost all that money. But important lesson. It was an important lesson we got to teach the channel as well. Be very careful when you're sending these addresses. Binance lets customers move stock tokens before service shuts down. So this is interesting. Binance shuts its stock token service without warning in July. We did know that, that was, there's a lot of questions and uncertainty around stock tokens. What do they call them? Synthetic stock tokens. Yeah. Crypto exchange Binance allowing European customers to migrate their tokenized stocks to another company. Binance suddenly shut down. I guess FTX would be that company because they're still doing it. Shut down its tokenized stock service in July after several regulators said the tokens likely constituted illegal securities offerings, and I would tend to agree with that. Customers in the European Economic Area in Switzerland can now migrate tokenized stock from Binance to CM Equity AG, the German investment firm that Binance had partnered with to list the tokenized stocks. Customers from other nations, such as United Kingdom, cannot migrate tokens. They can sell them on Binance up to October 14th. If customers do not sell them, Binance will sell them for them on October 15th. Tokenized stocks are crypto derivatives that track the value of securities. In Binance's case, CM Equity operated as the broker. It sold tokenized, fractionalized of stocks it owned to Binance's customers. So this continues to be a pretty sketchy business. It still operates similar services on FTX and Bittrex. We do know that as well. Binance said it halted the offering to focus on other product offerings. We know why. The Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission warned consumers Binance is not licensed or registered to offer these stocks. The day before, Italy's financial regulator referenced stock tokens in a notice that said Binance can't operate in the country. So, no surprise, FTX allowed to do it, Binance not allowed to do it. So it just continues to hammer home a lot of the points that we have been talking about. Yeah, guys, I've got a little allergy going on right now. A little allergy. So I'm a little stuffy. So.
Oh, thanks.
What,
that.
TJ?
Nothing.
I could have waited till after the show.
Yeah, that would have been great.
But they act like they want it. They want it. They want that. They're telling me they want that.
Who's they?
All the people. Look, he says, bullish on water. Swallow, don't spit. TJ Smooth Love Potion. Stuck in Ben's throat. No, Throaty Cody. This is actually, from somebody else, not TJ.
Wow.
Biden says in the days ahead, people may see their retirement account values sink and interest rates go up. Wow, that's really crazy.
Sounds like deflation.
Yeah. I have antibodies, so no, it's not. I do not have that. I had an antibodies test, so can't actually get it right now. So take that, suckers.
Did you want to come back to the Snowden Says?
Snowden says China's ban has made Bitcoin stronger. So how about that? We already talked about it a little bit earlier. He said it was a global campaign to undermine Bitcoin, commented on Bitcoin's resilience in his recent tweet. Sometimes I think back to this and wonder how many people bought Bitcoin then. It's up 10x since. Despite a coordinated global campaign by governments to undermine public understanding of and support for crypto, China even banned it. It just made Bitcoin stronger. So we ended the stream today just short of our goal. We only hit 6,000. If you guys could hit the like button on the way out, maybe cause us to get there possibly. So, all right, guys, that is all we got for today. XRP 589. You guys know that will be coming in the future for sure. At least $5.89. Yeah. Maybe $589. Maybe $58.90. You guys get to pick where the decimal goes. That's all I got. Be blessed. Good boy out.